It's widely accepted that the topical application of fluoride to the surface of teeth is beneficial. I have no dispute with that. However, I can see absolutely no justification for asking the whole population to take it systemically, to swallow it, internalise it, for that benefit. I don't think you can justify the fluoridation of drinking water on the lines of a topical treatment to teeth. It's illogical.
There's no reason for people be exposing themselves, all their internal organs, to fluoride when, if it works, you can do something topically.
If you want to prevent sunburn, you don't drink suntan lotion, you put it on your skin. And so if you want to have the benefits of fluoride in oral health, what you do is put it on the surface of the tooth and not drink it.
One of the recommendations I've made is, because we now know that it doesn't need to be swallowed, that the public has to be informed. Again, informed consent. They should be told that it doesn't work by swallowing it.
The quality of evidence for topical fluoride is in a different league from the evidence on water fluoridation. I mean, absolutely no question about that.
The evidence for fluoridation was looked at in the UK by something called the York Review. And their conclusion at the end was that there isn't any science underpinning this which would pass modern standards. I mean, none of the trials that were done were blinded. And that's unacceptable.
As far as the York team were able to determine, there are no randomized controlled trials of water fluoridation. It's not that they couldn't have been done. Of course they could have been done, but there are none.
Government studies in Canada, in New Zealand, have shown, as has the largest study ever done in the United States on 39,000 school children, that the difference between the dental decay rates in fluoridated versus non-fluoridated areas is not statistically significant and probably not clinically significant.
If you look at studies carried out by pro-fluoridation government agencies or pro-fluoridation dental researchers in the United States, Australia and New Zealand, and these are large studies, there's practically no difference in tooth decay in children who've lived all their lives in fluoridated communities compared to children who've lived all their lives in non-fluoridated communities.
One of the most striking things, I suppose, was to look at trends in tooth decay over time in various countries. If you ask someone to pick out the lines, the decline lines, which are in countries where water is fluoridated, from those in countries where it isn't fluoridated, actually you can't pick them out. So I found that very surprising against the background of, as I say, having been a default fluoridationist.
I think it's time to admit that fluoridation is an idea that's had its day. Now, I don't doubt the good intentions of the people who introduced it. I think if you look at the science which underpinned that introduction, it's very dodgy indeed, very weak. Wouldn't get through any sort of scrutiny these days. The question marks over it are enormous and growing. Taking all that together, I think there is really no justification for continuing this practice. It's one that's outlived its sell-by date.